So let the sun shine in, face it with a grin. Smilers never lose and frowners never win. So let the sun shine in. I often laugh just for no reason. I'm always smiling and happy and I sing happy songs. Who cares? But here's my really important question for you. How often do you laugh? How often, like really gut-wrenching laugh a lot? When was the last time you felt truly happy, satisfied, excited about life? You jumped out of bed with energy, enthusiasm, excitement. I always call it the 3 E's. Do you love your life? And if the answer is I can't remember, I don't know, or no, my question is, do you want to keep living like that? So regardless of whether you're 13, 23, 73, we don't know how many days, months, years we've got left to live, but how are you going to live those days? We're all going to die. There's my positive statement for the day. We're all going to die. But how do you live? And one of the things I focus on every day, because my mantra for life is learn, laugh, huff, puff, lift. I love to learn every day. I certainly laugh my ass off literally every day. No ass, because I laugh every day. I'm really committed to being healthy, fit and strong, and I'm really committed to making the most of every day. When I get to the end of my day, I always, Cayman and I, my gorgeous husband, we always ask this question. Why was today an amazing day? What was the highlight of the day? And it goes like this. Today was an awesome day because we both share with each other why it was such a great day. Now, it doesn't matter, again, what we do, but do you want to live a miserable, grumpy, depressed, angry life? And I'm sure that the answer is no. Well, I hope the answer is no. But the reason I'm asking the question is I do have a lot of people in my life. I have an international fitness business college. So we have students in over today 19 countries around the world. And every day I'm talking to people, different cultures, different life experiences, different financial situations. But very rarely does somebody say to me they're really happy, they're really positive, they love their life, and they're singing happy, positive people who tell jokes and laugh a lot. Very rarely. What I do hear a lot of is I'm depressed, I'm struggling, I don't feel like doing anything, I haven't got any energy, I don't like my body, I don't like my life. I hear that a lot. And I always ask this question, do you want to keep living like that? Or do you want things to change? Now here's a really interesting question. Regardless of how grumpy you are, miserable you are, depressed you are, even how sick you are, or mentally or physically sick, if somebody came into your life right now and said, we're going to send you on a round the world holiday, 5-star, first class, or even private jet, unlimited funds, unlimited shopping, but you have to be ready to go now. Right now, you've got to just go. Would you say, no, I'm depressed, I'm angry, I don't feel like doing anything, I've got no energy? Or would you jump out of bed or jump into that experience with energy, enthusiasm and excitement? There's one example. What if you were called today and somebody said, somebody bought you a lottery ticket, even if you didn't buy it yourself, somebody bought you a lottery ticket and you've just won $20 million, where would you like us to put the money? Would you say to them, nowhere, I'm depressed, I'm angry, don't feel like it, I've got no energy, don't give me the money, I just want to lie here in my bed and be miserable? Is it, and I'm very hesitant because I know that this is a very tough and controversial topic, but I ask again because so many people share with me that they're miserable and grumpy, but why? And a lot of people share with me they can't give me a reason why. But if money can make you happy, or a holiday can make you happy, or an experience can make you happy, I'll use some other examples. Somebody drops a brand new car off at your house, or somebody says you've just won a brand new house. You need to move in and it's fully furnished and it's got a swimming pool and tennis courts and a games room and you're never going to have to pay another cent for living there ever again for the rest of your life. Would you say, no, I'm depressed, I don't want it. No, I don't want a new car. Is it possible that we rely too much on external things? Because a lot of people say that to me, I would be so much happier if and when. I'll be happier if I get a new job. I'll be happier when I've got more money. I'll be happier when I'm on holidays. I'll be happier if I get a better relationship. I would be happier if and when. Or is it possible that happiness comes from the inside, liking who you are? And I'll go a step further than that. I don't think it's even psychological. after studying the endocrine system, studying the central nervous system, studying how the brain works, and as I always share, I did that because my father died of Alzheimer's. The diagnosis of my father dying was he died of Alzheimer's, rotting of the brain. And I just couldn't understand that. It didn't make any sense to me. Every single cell in the body regenerates. Why can't we regenerate our brain cells? And if you can regenerate your brain cells, and there's two words there, neuroplasticity and neurogenesis. Change the way your brain works, neuroplasticity, and neurogenesis, which is grow new brain cells. So if you've got a brain full of rotten, unenergetic, depressed, angry, horrible brain cells, can't you just replace them with new ones? That was always my question. Well, the really interesting thing is, and this is pure physiology and I bang on about it every day, but regardless of how you feel at the moment, if you were to sprint really hard, so again, I'll use another analogy. If a wild animal or a burglar or a murderer jumped into your house right now and said, we're going to kill you, you have to run, the wild animal wouldn't talk to you, it would just, you would know that thing's going to kill me. Would you say, no, I'm depressed, I'm tired, I'm just going to stay here and lie down? What's really interesting about that situation is you couldn't do that, your body wouldn't let you. If your life was under immediate threat right now, your fight and flight system, your endocrine system, the system that keeps you alive, stops you from dying, would automatically take over, and you would be full of epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol. Your heart rate would go up, your blood sugar levels would go up, your blood fat levels would go up. You would be able to go, you would run, your body would do that automatically. And if you've been trained to fight, you would turn and fight the threat, because that's just how the endocrine system works. Well, the beautiful thing about the human body is you can create that situation all by yourself. If you get really puffed, it doesn't matter what you do, and I always use the example, yes, there's the fight and flight system. You can get puffed by sprinting at 100% effort and run, but ultimately there's got to be a different chemistry in your brain if you fight, yeah? If you overcome a threat by running away from it versus overcoming a threat by fighting it, killing it, overcoming it, nailing it, there's got to be a different brain space. And the reason I know that is I live with a fighter who gets younger and younger every day because he's literally fighting on a regular basis. People are trying to kick him and punch him and knock him down. So he just stays young because he trains and prepares for that situation. But when you are getting puffed and lifting heavy and wanting to overcome a threat, that's a beautiful thing about strength training. You are overcoming a challenge. The weight is a challenge. If you're lifting a weight that's not challenging you, you're not going to get those changes in your brain. So if you really want to be happy, if you really want to feel good, if you really want to have a stack of energy, if you don't want to be depressed, is it possible? And there's all sorts of people that will argue with me that depression is a disease and unhappiness is, you can't be happy all the time, and there's lots of different brain challenges. But my question is always this: wouldn't you want to get the healthiest possible brain first before you go, I'm depressed, let's go to the doctor and get a pharmaceutical? And the reason I ask that question is, before you ever go on any form of brain altering drug, a pharmaceutical that's going to change what's going on in your brain chemistry, please, could it be a really good idea to read the side effects of what that drug could do to your body, what it could do to your brain? And as a simple side note, one of the biggest challenges with taking an antidepressant pharmaceutical, one of the side effects is suicidal tendencies. Now, the human body is meant to stay alive. That's what the endocrine system is for, to keep you alive so that you can thrive, so that you can reproduce. And as I always share, because I bang on about this every day, your endocrine system will stop you from dying. It'll make sure you feel fantastic, because if you are upset, angry, depressed, don't like who you are, having a terrible life, you haven't got any energy, you don't feel like reproducing. You don't want to have sex when you feel terrible. So if you look after your human body, and it's as simple as this: get puffed, lift heavy, 100% effort, 100% effort. Sprint on a regular basis, lift heavy on a regular basis, fight on a regular basis, punch a bag, kick a bag, do something where you're putting your body into the situation where it thinks it's under threat. You'll then overcome the threat, so your body will produce epinephrine, adrenaline, cortisol, so that you can fight and flight. And then after you have overcome the threat, so after 10 seconds of high intense activity, that is the fight and flight system, the phosphate system, your body then produces, you ready? Dopamine, serotonin, brain-derived neurotropic factor, endorphins. Endorphins are a pain-killing neurotransmitter that make you feel good. Your body produces everything to make you happy if you put it under threat, if you challenge it, if you force it, if you feel stressed. And then you get rid of that stress. Your body says, congratulations, you overcame the threat. Now you've got dopamine reward neurotransmitter, serotonin, which is a satisfaction transmitter, endorphins, which are pain-killing happy drug transmitter, and then brain-derived neurotropic factor, which is fertilizer for your brain, which makes you feel really good, yes, but every part of your body now says we've got to be better for next time. So that fertilizer goes to every muscle, bone, joint, ligament, cell in your body and says we have to be better for next time. Now the other one that's really beautiful is a myokine, which is a protein that sends a message from the muscle that's been overloaded. So when you sprint, when you fight, when you get puffed, that myokine sends a message to your brain to say, this woman, she keeps sprinting, she keeps punching, she keeps jumping, she keeps overloading us. We have to be better for next time. So you actually can't be unhappy, and that's why I always share when people say to me, Rowie, you can't be happy all the time, you sing happy songs and it's all, you know, somebody said to me just recently, Rowie, you're so full of shit, you can't be happy all the time. But physiologically, what if you could be? And I've just given you the whole explanation of how the human brain works in relationship to stay alive, thrive, reproduce. I'll put it in simpler terms because I'm not going to be doing any reproducing, I'm far too old. Stay alive. If you're under threat, your body will keep you alive to make sure that you don't die, so that you feel fantastic, so that you want to have sex. And when you're as old as I am and you still want to have physical relationship with your beautiful husband then, or your partner, then you know that life is bloody good. And as I always share, longevity, we don't know how long we're going to live, but longevity to me is about quality of life. Being able to learn, laugh, huff puff, lift, have fun, dance, climb mountains, do all the things that you want to do in your life, all the beautiful things that add value to your life because you've got a body that can do it. So being miserable, being depressed, being upset, could you change that? Could you choose to change it? Could being happy be a choice? I choose happy. How about you? So let the sun shine in, face it with a grin, smilers never lose and frowners never win, so let the sun shine in, be happy. Woo!